What up?
The Str8 Shoot'N podcast is back in the motherfucking building.
Best podcast out there. What?
Period.
#1 podcast in the city.
Dig that here.
Different.
Dig that.
So I am DRE.
Jim Animal John Q up in this bitch. What
It's
up?
your girl Keys. What up?
And we got special guests in the building today, y'all. We're going to get into our guest interview in a little bit. We also have special guest hosts today in the building. We got Meek back in the building.
Period.
What up, though, Meek?
What up, though? Owner of Berlin Bar and Grill.
And everything's in my life.
Yes.
This, as Frank G was saying, shit. This for the ball spray.
I know you was doing it.
If y'all looking for some motherfucking ball spray,
Hey, Tamika.
your nuts and shit, you know what I'm saying? A little tank, you know what I'm saying? She got some ball spray for your ball.
When y'all leave the gym, she got that ball spray for you.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
The older for the nuts, huh?
As you hear, we got Coach K up in this building.
How you doing?
Jafar the Prince.
What's going on?
Yes. Those are our guests.
Yes,
We're going to
yes.
hop into it with them in a little bit. But as we do each and every Tuesday, how was y'all weekend?
My week. You want to go first?
No. Ladies first.
Yeah, president.
President lady.
I'm in the president seat.
There you go. All right.
So my weekend was cool. I got done with my like little detoxing thing Friday, like for real. I was done with that. Then I went to Tamika had an Easter egg party for the kids
Okay.
at her
What's
bar.
up?
So I got the kids dressed up, and I don't celebrate Easter, but I wanted to do just do something with them, get them out the house. So we went up there, and it was really really nice.
Okay.
Shout out to
what's up.
Tamika. Food
All
was
right,
nice.
all right,
Kids had
all
a
right.
good time.
All right. Putting it on for the kids. All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gotta keep balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Keep a little balance.
That's about it.
That's pretty much it. Y'all know
Okay.
I'm a newfound woman. I don't do
Man,
shit
Sunday,
anymore.
you did something Sunday. Well, that's when you went there to the bar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm about to say, because the whole time we was in the production meeting, your ass in there combing hair.
Right. You know what I'm saying? All right.
I was
All
getting
right.
ready.
You know what I'm saying? What you end up doing, Meek?
Pretty much the same thing.
Pull your mic a little closer.
What did I do?
Oh yeah,
Just
you might gotta.
Just Sunday we had an Easter egg hunt with the kids.
Okay.
Pretty much, and they enjoyed that. The kids wear us out. So what else can you do after you
All right.
run around and find eggs? But
Okay.
pretty much that's it.
All
And
right.
Take it easy the rest of the weekend.
All right. Sound good.
What about you, Q?
Man, I ain't do shit. But I worked in, worked some on some music and shit, man. Playing around with some new actual loop tracks and shit that I got and whatever and shit. And I did watch some Netflix and shit. I watched this crazy ass movie called Choose or Die on Netflix. That shit was kind of crazy though. You know what I'm
Choose
saying?
or Die?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
know what?
called
So what is it
I
about?
started watching that. I ain't
So
finished it.
it's kind of like it was like a video game and shit that a guy made. It's like based off in the 80s and shit, right? So it was like the more that a person and shit. Okay, so like like he made like so many copies of this game, and the people that end up getting the game or whatever, he would somehow it was able to like get into these people's lives and shit like that, right? And like on a computer, it'd be like, okay, it'd be like watching them doing what they doing, like right there at that moment. And somebody be sitting there and like, oh, drink your drink or talking to the microphone. You choose.
So you basically
Right? So then they go from one step to the next. The next thing you know, and shit is like, all right, now
stick your finger in the socket.
some
Crazy
crazy
shit.
shit. Yes. But it was kind of wild. You know what I'm
Almost
saying?
on some
So
soft shit.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I watched that and that was about it, man. I went out to eat or whatever and shit and nothing too much, man. Like I said, I've been working on this damn album, man. So I've been back in the lab and shit, and then I didn't even get a chance to watch the damn fight and shit. You know what I'm saying? So when you hit me up or whatever, that was about it. So I just made some music and for the most part and watched some TV, man. What about you, Dre?
Friday, man, I ain't do shit. I was at the store. After that, I went out to dinner with my wife and my son.
Okay.
To put my other son, his son's mother put us up on this new Mexican restaurant. So we went to
Oh shit!
So we went and checked it out.
It wasn't none of your people's, dog.
No, but, well, I guess technically she is my people. She is Mexican. So
Oh
my
shit!
daughter-in-law,
You ain't?
but,
No,
but,
no, I'm just playing.
But so we went. We it was had some decent food. Saturday, I ain't do shit. I watched the fight. Was at the house most of the day. At the store earlier. Sunday was I couldn't do shit because I had to do a colon cleansing and shit because I had to do a colonoscopy yesterday. So I was damn. I didn't even leave the house.
Shout out
Okay,
to the men
okay.
that are getting their colon cleansed. That is very important,
So
Okay.
yeah,
especially
so,
black men.
right. So in the process of trying to get this shit done,
Okay.
about my stomach and shit. So
Okay.
and that was about it, man. So
Okay. All right. So what about you, Jafar and Coach K? What y'all end up doing this weekend, man?
Man, we was at the fights in Dallas.
Okay.
Spence and you guys fight. The atmosphere was crazy. It was live.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna ask y'all about that when we get to the end.
Yeah.
Okay, for sure.
I got an opinion about you guys. He was kind of on some bullshit.
Yeah, he was kind of timid, but
yeah.
That's how he fight, though.
But yeah, that's true.
So you can't change a person or a fighter overnight.
That's true. That's true.
So
Yeah.
if you're a walking punching bag, you're a walking punching bag.
Right. He thought he was gonna be able to take it in.
yeah.
He couldn't. I guess.
He want to counter and walk a fighter down.
Right.
They could punt.
Right. Yeah. So,
Pretty good atmosphere.
Yeah, I
Alright.
could tell by the I was watching it on TV. It seemed pretty live in there.
Man,
It was
the
live.
fights before the main event was
Was live.
live
I
too.
see.
So,
Unfortunately, I caught the one right before the main fight, and that was it.
We caught
Man.
like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
All right. All right. So now we about to get into the sponsors, y'all. So
Yeah.
kick that
So-
shit off, man.
So we are brought to you this week by Str8 Fashion. You can find Str8 at 3031 West Grand Boulevard, Detroit, Michigan, Suite 180. You can find us on Facebook. Instagram is DRESAN Fashion. Make sure you check it out. I'm sure you're going to find something you love. Women and men, we got
That trench
clothes for
coat.
both. Yeah. Keith still trying to
Trench
talk
coat.
Frank into getting that trench
Frank
coat.
gonna give me that trench coat.
But so y'all better come down and get that coat before Keys get a hold of it.
All right.
We also brought to you by Berlin Street Bar and Grill. If you you guys open Thursday through Sunday, right?
Yes, Thursday through Sunday.
Yep, Thursday through Sunday. Make sure y'all go. Great atmosphere.
Great
Go check them out. It's located in Detroit. What's the address?
17316 West 7 Mile. It's right off of Southfield Freeway.
Okay. Make sure y'all go check them out. Get some good food, good entertainment.
Good vibes.
Yep,
Sure.
yep, that's right. And we also brought to you by
Gym Animal Muscle Gang Fitness. So come check me out if you looking for some personal training, nutritional advice, diet plans, etc. You looking for some apparel. You looking for some actual supplements now. You can also hit me up and shit on gamg.shop and also gamg.firstfitness.com. So, like I said, check me out. You know what I'm saying? I got some of everything as far as fitness for you. You know what I'm saying? And we also are sponsored by 8, which is All Problems Eliminated by T. Lanier. Okay, this is a home restoration and home repair company. All right, you can give them a call at area code 623-223-3943. So if you're looking for any kind of work to be done around the house or anything like that, you know, new flooring, new like paint to your house, anything, just give them a call. Then we also are brought to you by Modern Greek and Salad Bar, which is a restaurant that's great for, I mean, like if you want some of everything, you know, they have the best lamb chops, rice bowls, wraps, fries, whatever you want, salads, all that shit. They are located on 22001 Michigan Avenue in Dearborn, Michigan. They are also on Facebook and Instagram. So give them a call, go on by, check them out. You know what I'm saying? All right. And then, you
Don't ask me.
Oh shit! Hey, look, and then one more. Thanks, hey, look, like that. One more. Thanks, Keith. And of course, look, tomorrow is 420, right? So we are also sponsored by Alpha Buds. Okay, so if you're looking for medicinal or recreational cannabis, the cannabis experts, check out Alpha Buds. They are also can be found on Facebook and Instagram. And like I said, they have a sale that's going on right now for you between, say, tomorrow and the 24th, I believe. So check them out on Instagram, Facebook, and so forth. They got everything that you need. All right.
So right now we gonna hop into the shooting the shit segment, where we talk about something crazy that's unbelievable that y'all would not believe. And Q gonna pop it off like this.
It's time to shoot the shit, the Str8 Shoot'N podcast. Uh-oh. It's time to shoot the shit, the Str8 Shoot'N podcast. Man, I think you getting a little dock in your ass and shit, not, bro. What's going on, man? No.
You better leave him alone. He doing good.
No,
Don't
we
do
just
him.
messing with you, Dro. That's Dro over
Not
here
do
and shit,
him.
everybody.
Right.
So, you know, we gotta go ahead and shit and get him into the mix and shit. But yeah, this week and shit on shooting the shit. The crazy story this week is from the Motor Trend News, which was April 11th this month. So, autonomous car pulled over by cops make a run for it. That's the title. All right. So it says the San Francisco Police Department unit pulled over a GM Cruise autonomous vehicle, which initially stopped for the police officers. Once one of the officers approached the vehicle, it took off. So, you know, the police officers and shit, you know, once they approached them, they was kind of confused and everything. Then once it took off, it stopped again, went through a couple of intersections and everything. They caught up to it. And then, guess what?
What?
Nothing happened. So once they caught up to it, whatever, they was just confused. Nobody got a ticket or nothing like that.
It was an invisible person driving.
Yeah.
So
Look, but how about this? Can't tow it. Put a boot on it. Put a boot on it or something.
Hey, that shit
That
was
car
funny
was
as
white
hell,
privilege.
You know what I mean? If y'all ever seen the video,
Right, it
The
was.
car was white privilege.
you said the car was white
video-
privilege.
If
So
there
they
was a
already knew.
Caprice doing that,
Yeah.
that
Nah.
motherfucker would be over with. Okay.
Box breach and shit.
You say if it was a motherfucking 6 phone switches and shit, you know what I'm saying? Look,
Yeah, they
pulled
would have
that
threw them
motherfucker
things
over,
out
though.
and inflated the tires.
But the shit fucked me up because the cop they was looking stunned too when he opened the door. Like, what the fuck? Ain't nobody here.
Right,
Next thing
right.
you know, the car stabbed up on their head.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn. But
Yeah, that's crazy as
Yeah.
hell. I mean, so in this, I mean, Keys, you say the best and shit. That shit sound like some white privilege
Yeah,
shit.
some white privilege shit.
that was Karen's car.
Right, that was Karen's
Shout
car.
out to Karen.
Shout out to Karen.
Shout out Karen. They
Right,
had your
you
car
know what I'm
pulled down.
saying? right. So with that though, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about this shit real quick. Like, you know, we see how, you know, the community is going and shit, and the world is going and shit, far as when it comes to AI and all these robots and shit. Like, this is one of the instances where it's like, okay, who can be held accountable? Mm-hmm. Is it going to be GM? Is it just going to be the actual car place where they got it from? You know what I'm saying? Or who is liable for that kind of shit?
I
Like,
mean, I feel like all of this is part of the agenda. You know, I'm against the whole robots taking over, because as long as it's doing that, people will be out of jobs.
Right.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 'cause
and
that's where
it's
that
going to
shit headed.
cause more poverty, and it's going to cause more bullshit.
Yeah.
So I'm against it anyway. But I feel like all of this is planned.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's some bullshit.
Yeah, it is.
Like like you said, who you holding accountable for that?
Yeah.
Like and then that's make me not like they'll use those for Ubers and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting that shit in no.
Take you to a dark alley.
Right, but it
Wait,
crashes and some shit fucked you up. It took you somewhere you ain't got no business being.
And then once again and shit, who's gonna be held accountable and shit
Right.
for, like, if you end up dying and shit in an autonomous fucking vehicle?
Not to
when you
mention-
trying to do the right thing, say if you drinking or
Right.
motherfuckers out here drinking and drugging and whatever, however and shit. and you call an Uber, this, that, and other and shit, and you like, well, fuck it, I'm doing the best thing I can do, you know what I'm saying, to stop me from driving and this, that, and other from, and just you trying to be responsible, you know what I mean? They always talk about, be responsible and shit when you drinking or you drugging or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So you do the right thing, and then some shit like that happen, then what? You know what I mean?
I would be worried about the hackers.
Yeah.
Somebody can hack and tell the car to drive into a damn pole. Seriously.
Shit, drive off a cliff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Drive
your ass
for 1
off.
second somebody won't do that.
Yeah. Drive off and shit to, out there in Belle Isle and shit to the motherfucking Detroit River. How about that?
Yeah, you definitely
you done.
You sinking in there.
Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, so that was the crazy story and shit, you know what I'm saying, this week or whatever. So.
All right, well, we're going to get into a shot of the day.
Yeah.
And we'll hop into the interview.
All right.
The shot of today is brought to you by what y'all got on
People
today?
fasting. Everybody fasting.
That's hard. Well, that's
Shot of the day to everybody that's fasting.
Everybody is fasting.
There you go.
Yep.
There you
Detox
go.
that body, y'all. Detox that body.
All right.
Shot.
All right. All right.
Y'all ain't even got no, we ain't even got no water.
They dedicated. Shit. Hey, look.
They
The
fast.
shot of the day is for them.
Right.
Appreciate it.
To y'all dedication.
Thank you.
I wish
Appreciate
I
it.
was dedicated.
You know what I mean?
But so we gonna hop into the interview right now. We gonna get to the interview with Jafar
Jafar the
Khalil.
Prince and Khalil,
That's
Coach
right.
Khalil or whatever.
That's right.
But right before though, we doing the videos. Yeah,
Right.
we got some
so
videos.
we gonna hop
on
into their
deck.
videos
Yep.
right now and then get into the interview.
All right.
Now let's get this party started. Khalil Harvey Jr. be wrecking these kids, putting them in timeout, giving them 8 counts. You talking about a bad little man, and he's only 11 years old, with an impressive record of 50-6, and he's an 8-time national champion, and he's just getting started. And I remember a few years back in 2016 when I sparred little KK at Hands On. And he was trying to knock my head off. He was actually trying to knock my head off. So that just shows you he has the heart of a lion. And dogs are us. His daddy is doing a great job with him, just like Floyd Sr. did with his son, Floyd Mayweather Jr. When you start them off young, they have the best chance to succeed.
No athlete works harder than me. Tell me one. Tell me just one.
He gonna be a machine.
Give it up, y'all.
He gonna be a machine.
See
Man.
that coach down there doing his thing with his
That's right.
son. That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
what's up.
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
Very
Thank you.
impressive.
Thank you.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
So what made you get your son into boxing?
He chose it.
He chose it.
Yeah. Out of all his siblings, he the only one that took to it.
Okay.
He was the baby. Everybody else was into football and basketball and track. but he took to it, watching me train and whatever.
Okay.
So he picked up on watching you, cause you box too, right?
Long time ago. I'm an old man now.
Right. I'm right with you, so shit. I don't know, but man, he looked really impressive, man. And for what Q was telling me, like he on his way up.
He real dedicated.
Oh yeah.
He real dedicated.
Oh yeah.
He take the craft serious.
Very
and he'll
serious.
sit up and study and could tell you everything you're doing wrong and right. And only 13.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Jafar, you one of his coaches, right?
Yeah, well, well, KK is the main coach, and KK, you know, he just used me as his eyes, and,
Okay.
you know, I help out a lot.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
We keep
So
it
look-
family orientated
Yeah.
and
That's what's up.
we help stay balanced amongst ourselves, you know what I mean? So it just keep us out.
Right.
Okay. All right. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get into the next video. This is right here with Jafar. This is what he do at Jafar Fitness. Team Jafar Fitness. Let's check this out, y'all.
If you believe in me, prove it. Time come and a time will come when I pass top shoot. Yeah. If you believe in me, prove it. Time come and a time will come when I pass top shoot. Believe in me. Grieve for me if I'm gone and carry on your own. You way stronger than you think. Ain't no safety if it ain't safe. Headshot or the base.
All right, man.
All right.
That's
All
what's
right.
up.
All right. Team Jafar Fitness in the building.
Give it up, y'all.
That's what he do. You know what I'm saying? So as you see how he get down, you know what I'm saying? So y'all looking for somebody in shit to whip y'all ass into shape. You know what I'm saying? Definitely check out Team Jafar Fitness. All right.
So you offer boxing classes too?
Yeah, so I offer boxing classes. I just haven't offered it right now at this moment because of COVID.
Okay.
You know, because boxing training requires you to be like real close.
Right,
So,
right.
You know, I'm trying to I'm gonna probably start it back up probably this summer.
Let me know. I need to get my fat ass.
I got I
Me
got
too.
you.
Yeah.
I need to
So-
get in the gym.
Yeah, so but right now I'm only doing fitness training.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me ask y'all and shit. Like, when did you get started, Coach K and shit, into boxing?
Well, taking it serious is about the last 16 years, but I've
Okay.
been around it for over 30 years.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, so I started off with my uncle watching stuff growing up. But
Okay.
like the last 16 years, I done took it serious.
Okay. What about you, Jafar? When did you start off?
Man, I
All his
started-
life.
I started boxing when I was 6.
Okay.
I was ranked 1 in the amateurs my whole amateur career, you know, my whole career, and I had over like close to 200 fights. So I was 167 and like 5 and 6, and I ended up turning pro at 18.
Okay.
I've been pro for about 11 years.
Okay.
So you still boxing right now?
No, I'm not. Unfortunately, I'm not boxing right now. You know, boxing game is so wicked, man, and you know it's so
talent
much in the
that's
game.
untapped.
I know. It's
A talent that's untapped.
It's
I
so
say
much.
this even if it wasn't my nephew, that out of Detroit fighters, there's about 3 that really supposed to be in that upper
Right there.
echelon, and he one of them.
So what make you think what happened along the way why you didn't reach to where you wanted to reach to?
so
Dirty politics.
Yeah, I got high in the ranking, so it's not like I couldn't get there. The
Right.
thing is, it was just you know, you got the politics. You got like when I first turned pro, I ended up signing with my manager who dealt with me through the amateurs,
Okay.
and you know, and it's just you know, we had problems then, and I thought everything was gonna be great because I signed with somebody that I knew. You know what I'm saying? And then we had some problems, so I ended up getting out the contract, and then after that, I tried. You know, like a lot of people wanted to sign me because they was looking at me like a cash cow. So everybody wanted to sign me, and because I didn't want to sign with people, you know, because I didn't sign with them, they would do anything to make sure that I don't fight. Yeah, blackball me, rather they paying people off to make sure I don't fight. Or, I mean, and plus it was already hard as it is getting fights because I was in a smaller weight class and a lot of fighters just didn't want to fight me because of my height, you know. So it was just hard, you know, it was just hard, man. And it sucks having to have a whole camp. You know, you training for 2-3 months, you know, no sacks, training hard, training 3 times a day. And then next you know, you go to the fights, and the day of the fight, you can't fight.
Did you say no sex?
Yeah. No sex, no nothing. You know,
why? Y'all practicing semen retention?
Yeah.
It's just like, you know, you just focus on the job at hand.
You ain't never heard the old saying that sex take the legs from a man?
Yeah.
Oh.
And not even at the mental, you know what I'm saying? Like
it's a mental drain.
It's kind of like Ramadan. Like, you know, Ramadan is to, you know, when you fast, when you're not focusing on food, you're not focusing on cursing, when you're not focusing on sex, you're not focusing on nothing.
world.
The only thing you can worry about is God. The only thing that God wants you to do is focus on Him and pray. And so when it came out of boxing, you know, train, you do everything that you're supposed to get ready for the fight. You're not focusing on girls, you're not focusing on drinking, you're not focusing on none of the outside stuff but the gym.
Have you ever broke the code?
No.
No. I'm gonna share something with you that me and Q know about Jafar. We helped train him for one of his last fights. We watched him run 7.5 miles in like 42 minutes. Do the math on that.
Yeah, no, I tell him to this day, he owe me a decapitation. You know what I'm saying? He really do. You know, because one of his last fights or whatever, like you said, he was fighting at like 118, and the guy that he had to fight against was like 135, but he was shorter. And you know, one of our other partners or whatever that work out with us, we was all there, and he like, get him out of here, Rod. Like, get him out of here. He was fucking him up. Like, he can't, like you said, he's a little bit taller, so like in his weight class or whatever, people that's normally like his weight or whatever is going to be small.
Right.
But like
5'2" to 5.
Yeah, and then
at max 5'5".
And then we had to get
he
him
almost 6 foot.
Yeah, and we had to, and it was so hard to get fights. We had to get him from Jamaica.
Yeah,
like,
that's crazy.
We had to go all the way. You know what I'm saying? We had to fly him out all the way, you know, here just to fight here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's crazy.
And that's all out of pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do have a question. Have you fought outside the ring? Street fight.
Oh my God, man. so that was the reason why.
We from 7 Mile. I gotta answer your question.
So that was the reason why we got into boxing. Me and my brothers, we all started boxing together, and our parents put us in there because it was so crazy. It was so many brothers that we couldn't separate like the streets and like we basically there was no love, you know what I'm saying? So like we hated each other. We used to fight each other. We used to fight people, you know, on the streets, and we didn't know how to be brothers, you know what I'm saying? So they put us in boxing at a young age, and believe it or not, even though boxing is a one-man sport, it taught us the foundation of like brotherhood because we all was a team, you know what I'm saying? And it's so crazy, like literally, like it taught us to start being a team and start being brothers and start caring for each other. Because when, you know, it's one thing to fight each other, but to see somebody else fighting your brother in the ring, and I used to be like, man, you know, he just hit my brother. I mean, at 6 and 7, so by the time, you know, got to 14, 13, that our bond was strong. And like now, like man.
So did you ever have to use your hands?
Yes, I got kicked out of damn near every school I went to.
But what about once you got into boxing? Have you ever had to use your hands?
Yeah, still. You know, like, you know, when I was in high school, I was so quiet, and you know what I'm saying, like people used to always try to they used to try to bully me or try to, you know, say something, or if they knew that I boxed, then they'd try to like egg me on. And I was the type that like, if you say something disrespectful to me, or if you say anything to me, period, you obviously want to fight. So I never turned down a fight, so I used to get into fights. and it was never my fault. I never started a fight. Like I hate bullies, you know.
Me
Yeah.
too.
It's just I used to. I never turned down a fight. So I got into thousands of fights, and it was only one time I almost got into trouble. Like I actually went to court for it. But it was a guy that was trying to like me and my sister went to the same school, and he was trying to like damn near like rape her or something. It was serious. It was like dead serious. So my sister came home and was like, she told my auntie. My auntie came to me like, boy, why would you let somebody? And I'm like, she didn't even tell me. Like she came home and told you.
Right.
Next day, I'm mad because my auntie cussed me out. My brother's talking about they about to come up to the school. And I'm like, man, I don't want them to come to school and end up in jail. So then I end up fighting the guy. The guy was a senior. I was a freshman or a junior. And I mean a freshman or a sophomore. So I didn't even know who the guy was. He was, a little big, a little bigger than me, but I didn't care. I was just like, and as soon as I saw him,
You whooped his ass?
I was like, hey, do you know this person? And he smirked. And that's when I was like, okay,
Right.
it's a wrap.
He needed an ass whoop.
Yeah.
No, literally, he smirked like he knew what's up? You know what I'm saying?
So
I beat his ass.
Oh, go ahead, Q.
So no, I was going to ask Coach K. Since y'all talking about, what I'm saying, like when y'all was younger and stuff like that or whatever. What do y'all actually do? Like when, say, if somebody brings, say, a child to you and say, hey, I want my child to learn how to box because he needs some discipline or whatever. What would be your program or whatever that you would like to bring? Like that you would tell somebody as a parent, like to assure them that they in good hands.
First, I'll have a conversation with the child and see his mindset.
Okay.
Once I see the maturity or the immaturity, I'll start developing from there.
Okay.
Because every child is not geared or meant to box.
Right.
So what you got to do is build a foundation or build a friendship in order for them to open up to even want to fight. Because boxing is not a sport you could just tell a child to do. You know what I mean?
I agree.
You getting hit in your mouth.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? Or you getting punched in the stomach.
Yeah.
And it's not, street fighting and boxing is totally different.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, like my son, he could stand in front of you, you can't touch him.
Yeah.
So if you street fighting and then you trying to fight a child that can box, that's going to intimidate you, or that's going to take what we call the soul from you.
Yeah.
And make you feel intimidated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's about how you interact and introduce yourself to that child.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So, so how long you been out of boxing?
Only for about 2 years. My last fight was 2 years ago, I think, like 2 or 3 years ago.
So you ever thought of getting back into it?
I thought about it. Man, listen, people try to persuade me every day. Like, even when I was in Dallas, everybody like, Jafar, you know what I'm saying? Because we always get invited to the big fights and stuff like that, so,
So hold on, be real. Like, what did I tell you I was going to ask you today? So I asked him today, I was like, you going to get back in the ring? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I need him so bad. Because I got a little youngster that I just turned pro.
Right.
And
So
he helped me raise him.
Right.
Yeah.
As far as we've been grooming him for the last 6, almost 7 years.
Okay.
And the mental toughness that he displayed
Yeah.
and the discipline that he has, it helps you groom a fighter that's coming into the game.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people's not disciplined like that. You know what I mean? How he abstained from sex. His diet is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So you know how when we work out, pound for pound, he kind of nasty.
Okay.
Even though we try to intimidate him or we try to
Right.
bust him up.
I'm keeping up with the big dogs.
He keep, you know what I mean? He
Keeping up
run
with
with us, you know what I mean? And we got him damn near about 100 pounds.
Okay. Okay.
And he still bite down and act like he old game down and he ain't nothing but a great day.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
So elaborate a little bit on you being, say, two-time coach of the year with multiple national championships.
Oh, I got that because of the national championships we won in 1 year. Like my son right now, he been ranked number 6 and he's only 13. He been ranked number 1 in the world for 6 years and he's only 13.
Okay.
And then I had another child, the one I was just telling you about that just turned pro. He was ranked number 1 in the world for maybe 6 years.
Okay.
And then I had we had Albert.
Yeah,
that we
Albert.
had ranked, and then I ran off like I'm gonna be a little boastful here. I think I'm the only coach since Crump that got like 22 national championships.
Okay, all right.
I mean,
Clap that shit up.
so I really
you can go ahead and beat the shit out your back on that one.
I got to stick my chest out the palm a little bit. You know what I mean? Because I'm not really founded anywhere where I could just say, well, this is my gym or this is this, because it's politics and amateurs as well.
Right. Yeah, it's a lot of
love
politics.
here, it's no love here. It's love here, it's no love here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So to do what I've done or continue to do what I've done take a lot of resilience.
And you know, just for a fighter to win a national is hard. Like people don't understand how hard it is. Like to have to fight back to back.
Right.
Like you're not just fighting one time for a belt like how you do in pro. Like you fight, you know, you fighting for a belt and blah blah blah. But with amateur, you're fighting 5 days in a row.
And you got to maintain a certain weight every day. You can't be an ounce over. So
if you're an ounce over, you get
disqualified on the scale. Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
I think we the only state that don't really do what Texas do, Cali do, or the West Coast do. A lot of them kids that fight at 140 pounds might be coming down from 180 pounds.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? They coming down. They coming down
They
to
dry
fight.
out.
So they already naturally bigger.
Bigger.
But
See, they using the pro style
And
and
I was about to say,
amateurs to get their body adjusted to the pro setting.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I mean? On the East Coast, we don't. I'm gonna say in Michigan, we don't go past 7 pounds.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah, I mean the West Coast do it crazy, and this is how I realized that they did it. I had a fight in California, right? The weigh-in, the guy was 118, right? The day of the fight, he 150. Listen,
Damn.
no, listen. I've never seen in my life. I asked my coach. So when they was like, when they brought us to the ring, blah blah blah, I see him, right? I asked my coach, I'm like, this not the same fighter that I just fought the way. I swear, I was like, this not the same fighter. He like, yeah, it is, man. He just hot, you know, he hydrated back up, blah blah blah. Like, how come nobody tell me?
Shit, he done did the damn.
I'm thinking I'm fighting a whole other
overnight.
I'm thinking I'm fighting a whole other fighter.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
that's crazy.
Touch on what he said, to continuously win year after year, or have a child ranked in the top 5.
Yeah.
That long, that says a lot about the program that I'd installed as far as the physical aspect as well as the mental aspect to continue to win on that level.
Yeah.
Because it's not easy to win at the Nationals.
Yeah.
You could go to the Nationals and be one and done. And you'd have been and spent $1,200 on the hotel for the week. That's not including your travel. That's just your hotel.
Yeah.
So in order to do that, you got to really have some type of foundation to build a winning atmosphere.
Yeah.
And to build that winning atmosphere, I think is God. It's a God-given talent or a blessing.
Yeah.
Because everybody can't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this. I know we had a conversation not too long ago or whatever, just, you know, for people to know or whatever, when you do have, say, a child that you bring up under your wing, a lot of times or whatever, do you come out your pocket or do the parents come out their pocket?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The parents don't. If you get a parent to come up out of it, it's a blessing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you a true story. One day, my wife just sat up and said, "You know, we spent $15,000 this year just on tournaments and travel."
Yeah.
I said, "Wow, that's outside of our household."
Right.
Yeah.
So it's good. It would be nice to have it, but it's rare.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like now, because of his name, the accolades he received, if we press the issue, we could probably get donations or things of that nature. Because, like I was explaining to you, it's a lot of people from the West Coast that's coming to talk to us now because they want us to move west because of his accolades, because of what he has done, because what they see. They say he has the it factor. He has the talent. He has the ability to create he's like, he can have an interview with you right now. You wouldn't believe as young as he is. He have a full-fledged conversation.
So he got like the whole package.
He's complete.
Yeah.
But that comes from, I want to say, way we raised him as a family. You know what I mean? We sit him down and we raised him as a village.
Right.
Because like he could do something in front of Jafar and I could walk away.
Yeah.
That's big brother him.
Right.
Don't talk to Unc like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or this is the way you supposed to do it. Or
Right.
you want to go play, go stand over there and I'll see you in a minute. So we done raised him and groomed him to where he understand.
He has structure.
It's structure and he has good mannerisms. You know what I mean? And he's polite, but he's a dog in that ring.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he know how to separate the two. That's work, this play.
Right.
And what I like about KK too, as a father, like even though little KK is doing so much, you know, he trained hard, he's in the gym every day, he's doing this and that. He's still able to play. Like even after fights, KK, you know, big KK still take little KK to,
good.
you know, Dave and Buster's or this or that or that. You know what I'm saying? Just so he can still be a kid, you know.
Right.
And that's very important
It
too.
is.
Because you don't want to.
You don't
Take away his childhood.
You don't. Yeah,
Right.
definitely don't.
Yep.
Right.
See, he's still a child. See, glad you touched on that. A lot of people thought I was just taking his childhood away. I didn't choose boxing. He chose boxing.
Right.
So I support my children. Like my daughter, she into gymnastics. She's into cheer. I support that. So by me supporting my children, do that mean I'm a bad father?
No,
Or do that mean I'm
absolutely
a
not.
forceful father? Or do that mean I'm a Joe Jackson? No, I just support my children.
Right.
Right.
But guess what I also allow my children to be? I also allow them to be them or develop into who they're going to be.
Yeah.
So some people say, damn, I thought you'd be this way with him. Why? He's a kid. He outside the ring. He can play.
Right. Right.
He can enjoy this. He want to play a video game. You can play a video game. He want to ride a four-wheel. He can ride that. I won't let him ride no motorcycle.
Period.
I let him play with the four-wheelers.
Right,
I let him
right,
do,
right.
you know, little basketball and all that. But far as him not being able to say, well, I had a childhood or I did this or I did that, he'll never be able to say that.
Yeah.
And that's a good
You know
thing.
what I mean?
Yeah.
A great
Because
thing.
he appreciate that a lot.
Like
more
every year we
as
go
he get
one
older.
place.
Yeah.
We go to Florida every year.
Yeah.
As a family.
Yeah.
That we go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
So along y'all journey, who have y'all then came across? You know what I'm saying, that like a lot of people might know. You know what I'm saying, that's, you know, in the boxing world right now today, that y'all didn't talk to and stuff like that.
Me and Brona Cool, me and Tony Harrison, you know, from here, me and him tight. Oh my man, I know so many people, man. I can give you so many like literally like people would be surprised at how many boxers that I know, because like I would literally show them a list of champions back when I was in the amateurs. They were like, dang, you fought with these people, you fought with these. I'm like, yeah, I was actually cool with them, like, you know, Rashid Warren, you know, all them, like all the top guys, like Jacobs,
Yeah.
you know, like, and then some of the top guys I actually beat. But I don't brag about it, you know what I'm saying? I never like brag about it or anything.
Yeah.
I just, because the amateurs, pros
Right.
is pros, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, I know so many people, you know what I'm saying? And then so many big promoters and managers always wanted to sign me, and I just never.
Yeah.
Man, I could have been signed with anybody, but
So if you was to come back, would you reconsider that signing with any promoters?
I was dealing with Heyman and them before, but I wasn't quite dealing with them, but I was dealing with people that they had under them. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it was you know,
it's rough.
Yeah.
it's rough, man.
I just went through something so crazy that it snatch a piece of you because you've been dealing with the child. I was telling you about the youngster that I just turned pro, that we signed him. We've been working with him, and since he was 11 to 12 years old, he 18, about to be 19. So when he turned pro, first 2 fights, I went in my pocket. I funded everything, the fight, the slots, or whatever. So a manager was brought to our attention. So the manager wanted to sign him. We was gonna get signed with him. So I went to Cancun with my wife or whatever. And while we was gone, the manager was trying to steal the fight.
Backdoor you.
You know what I mean? In this fighter scene. And was like, no, this my coach and this my uncle. I'm not feeling right.
Right.
You know what I mean? So what am I supposed to do? He just left and waited for me to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the game is
It sounds like a
vicious.
dirty
Yeah.
game.
It is.
It's
Yeah.
one of the dirtiest games out there. You just gotta, you know what I'm saying?
Because
Like,
there's so much money involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But-
People don't understand there's so much money involved just on sponsorships and things of that nature that can get you a lot of money. Because you got to think about this. If a fighter getting $4 million, what do you think the promoter get? What do you think the manager get?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you think all those Budweisers and all the other things that's posted on their shorts or on the ring or on the side, how much money you think they making?
They
Yeah.
making a
If they
lot.
giving the fighter $4 million,
Yeah.
and Floyd made $100 million, how much you think everybody around him made?
Yeah.
What was that one guy that was scamming Mike Tyson?
you
Oh, you talking about
Don
Don King?
Don King, yeah.
Don King, what you think they was getting off of Don King?
Yep.
And then the thing is, they already look at fighter like they already look at us like we pit
Dumb.
bulls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then it's a bad combination of looking at us like pit bulls, looking at us like
Like a
cash
dog game.
cows.
Yeah.
You know, trying to get money out of us. It's just a bad combination. And then, you know, they be looking at us like we literally dumb, like we have to kiss ass.
Y'all familiar with
and
y'all
I've never,
familiar
I never
with
been
dog
to kiss
fight?
ass. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am. I'm familiar with dog fighting. I'm a little familiar with fighting. My grandfather was a pro boxer.
Okay.
So you know the game,
Yeah, I know a
dog.
little
So
bit of the game.
What's
And
his
it's
name?
The dog, Amos Williams.
Amos Williams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
so
familiar.
you familiar? That's how they really look at you.
Mm-hmm.
What's your bloodline like? What's your pedigree? Oh, we can make some money off him down the line.
That's
how
crazy.
can we play?
Yeah.
Let's see how we can do it.
It remind you back in slavery times how they used to use
Really?
the two,
Really?
make them fight.
That's the
and put
NFL.
money on them.
That's the NFL
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah.
Boxing is like the NFL.
Yeah.
And
It's
it's scary because it's our health at stake. Like it's
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
that's my age that can't even complete a
Can't
sentence.
even talk.
So I
We have
stutter.
a partner right now. I
I've-
don't even want to say his name.
I've always had a stuttering problem, right?
Fight them hard.
But you got
Yeah.
people who can't even
Like, it's
like
not even-
complete a sentence. Like they got slurred speech. You know
Yeah,
what
my
I'm saying? Like
grandfather is deaf to this
Yeah.
day. He went deaf from boxing.
yeah,
He's
it's
completely deaf from
like
boxing.
it's very serious. So for
Yeah.
them to be treating us like that is like
That's
No.
how, but believe it or not, well, most of the industries that involve a lot of black people, they do that too.
yeah.
Yeah.
The entertainment industry the same way.
Yeah.
I just explained this to a parent last week, Thursday. It's a certain way I train. It's a certain way I condition. I say, I usually don't let parents be in the gym while I train.
Yeah.
And
You
the
can't.
reason being because most parents, mothers or fathers, are soft when it comes to the sport of boxing.
If I see my baby get hit, I'm gonna pass out.
No, but I'm about to say
I'm
this
gonna
here.
pass out.
If you know, this is a combat sport. This is a
Yeah.
one-on-one sport.
Yeah.
You know, any moment you could go deaf. You
Yeah.
could get your jaw broke. You could lose your sight or whatever. So if you're not learning how to properly defend yourself, you don't know how to throw punches or slide or whatever we teach. Guess what? The responsibility that's placed in my hands through the parents, if I'm not able to provide that, I failed the child
Yeah.
as well as the parent.
Yeah.
So don't be in there because you know how we.
Yeah. And like even when it comes down to the girls that I train, when it comes down to boxing, like if I'm gonna train you like you're getting ready for a fight.
Fight, yeah.
So like, you know, the video that they just, you know, watched, the girl, people thought that she was getting ready to turn pro. I'm like, no, she's just a regular girl out there in the streets that just wanted to learn how to box. You know, but I taught her the technique. You don't see it. You know how trainers these days are doing the pad work.
Yeah.
Right.
They doing this, it's real fast, it's real
That's all
flashy, it's real
cosmetics.
nice. You know, they seen Floyd doing this, and now everybody doing it.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm doing. I'm literally teaching her how to slip a punch in case, cause you never know. There's a lot of girls that come to me and say, hey, you know, I get hit by my man, blah blah blah. I want to learn self defense, or I've been hit, or you know.
Or
so
the fact that we always under attack anyway. I think
Yeah,
every
you know what
woman
I'm
should
saying? I
know
feel like
some
every
type
woman
of
should-
technique
yes, every
in
woman
order
should
to
learn.
self-defend for themselves.
self defense is very important. So when it comes down to the women, it's important. When it comes down to the kids, you know, we gotta make sure that the kids take it serious because if they don't take it serious, they can really get hurt.
They can really get hurt.
You know?
Yeah.
A punch
It's like
could
football.
change.
If they,
A
if they
punch
don't
could
take
change.
football serious, you can get hurt.
Yeah.
A punch
Yeah.
could change everything about you.
Yeah.
I remember we was at hands-on boxing. They had a kid that was a bully. that they brung up to the gym. My son, the smallest child in the gym. So they brought the bully up there like, who do you want to take your anger out on? We gonna let you, do what you do. Who you want to fight first? Mm-hmm. He pointed at Lil KK. I think you was there.
I was there.
Everybody started laughing. Cause Lil KK the smallest, but he the real gang though.
Vicious.
So everybody laughed. He come in there think he about to do something. Get beat up, and the part that made me say this, it'll humble you to see that you're not
who you think you really
you're not that bully you think you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How tough.
Everybody think they can fight, so it's time to get in the ring.
Like Mike Tyson say, everybody can fight till you get punched in the mouth.
You get punched in the mouth.
Yeah, that's
part of
100.
the whole structure thing, though. Like, you gotta break that first. You gotta break that attitude, that cockiness.
Yep.
Then you get the real attitude and cockiness.
Yeah.
Break them
Once
down,
you know,
build them back up.
There you go.
Yeah, because boxing calmed me down a lot. Like, it's not, I wasn't a bully, but I had an attitude throughout this world, man. Like,
still got one,
you know.
We ain't even talk about that.
But it's not bad though. It's not like somebody says something to me, like say something to somebody to me, and I just smile, walk away because and it's so
And I
much.
know this ain't what you want.
Right.
I know you don't know, but I know this ain't what you want.
Right.
Y'all is you really acting like this?
Yeah, man.
And that's good to hear that though, because and it's not that I'm speaking on all black men, but a lot of black men are violent because they feel like they have something to prove.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I'm saying? They feel
But
like
a
they
lot
have
of
something to
times
prove.
you don't have to prove nothing.
And you don't.
It depends on the age group. As you get older, you become more calm,
That's true.
and you relax to situations unless your manhood is challenged.
Yeah, y'all put under a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Look at the Will Smith situation. I think that was pressure.
Now I'm
And
gonna
then
tell you
got
what
all
that was
these
with
women.
Will Smith.
You got all these women. My social media went crazy, and I was telling them.
Man.
I was telling them
Will
that my
Smith smacking the world.
social media went crazy with a whole bunch of women. Like, my man better do that. My man better. He better.
Nah.
You can't put that type of pressure on a regular, average, everyday man walking into the store with you, and somebody say something to you, and you turn around and look at your dude like, you better slap
You
him.
better
Like,
not.
you cannot. It's not realistic.
The environment now is too volatile.
It is.
And then
like
I'm gonna tell you
cannot
something
be
else.
that
People
angry.
don't even realize this here. The world is more disrespectful than ever right now.
Absolutely.
It is.
So look at it. Young guys killing each other over nothing right
This
now.
road rage shit that's
Mere
going on.
nothing.
Freeway shooting.
Yeah.
We ain't even talk about that. Think about you could get into a fight by walking into a gas station
Yep.
and look at somebody
Yep.
out the side of your eye.
And that's it. Yeah.
And that started some type of fuel inside of this person.
Yeah.
So now you know, we got a wild west.
Yeah.
Why?
And then these young kids, they have no morals,
No structure.
No
nothing.
structure.
No structure.
Like to be able to just, like I seen a video, I don't know if y'all saw a couple weeks back, where the old lady was trying to go in her house, and the dude pulled up in the car, jumped out,
And robbed
her.
Yeah.
Like
And
that.
it's, I
it's
think
crazy.
it's a trickle down effect. Like, I don't know, the generation maybe before us has maybe lost something, because these children, now everything is let them be who they want to
Yep.
be, let them be free. Structure now, they're treated like it's a bad thing. You're
Yeah.
trying to
Don't
control
discipline
your
them,
child.
don't whoop them.
Like,
Yeah.
this is what raises a child. It's the difference between raising a child and just letting them grow and be like a weed.
Yeah.
It's not.
And then, like he said too, it also takes a village. There is
Yes.
no village foundation.
No.
raising
But
like
you better
why
not
it's
say
not a
nothing to my
village now,
kid.
though?
I feel like
She just said it.
I feel like social media
It's just, yeah. Social media have a lot to do with it.
have a lot to do with what's going on, because now everything has been put on the front. So like when the kid get whooped, when the kid's supposed to get whooped, right? It's posted on social media.
Yeah.
So now the parent go to jail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This and that. So like now everything is on the front, and it's like, you know, on the front line. It's like, damn, as a parent, what are we supposed to do? Like now,
Yeah.
I'm a parent now, but you know, I don't see myself, you know.
Yeah, doing
Let me
that.
say this
Child.
here. We had a good discussion on this a while back. The way the world is viewed now is trying to make us as men be
Yeah.
feminine.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. I
So
know,
by trying to
right?
make us be feminine as men, any decision that is made to keep the men masculine and providers
Yep.
is looked upon as being weak.
And I'm gonna say something because y'all always think that I'm like teen woman, but I will say this. A lot of black women is supporting that bullshit, and that shit is pissing me off. It is so
It's
many black
no
women
way.
that is speaking up for this feminizing men that it's making me sick to my stomach. And it's like y'all the same bitches that ain't got no man, but y'all walking around here
But
talking
no,
about
no.
that shit is okay.
With them
And-
children, you want a father to be a father, but then when they're fathering the
Yeah.
child or disciplining
You
the
wanna
child,
get in the way.
You wanna get in the way.
So
Yeah.
I have had to learn how to step back, even when even when he getting after them and not turn into my mommy mode. But I see it on the back end though. When I
Yes.
watch my children interact, I see my kids doing something right that I allowed their dad to do. Like my 5-year-old can go and clean up. He can go in this and he can go in that. And I'm like, that's because of his daddy. Like, get in here, bro. What is this? This look a mess. This ain't okay.
When men are allowed to be men and women are allowed to be women, and when a man and a woman come together as a union and the
about it.
balance is there,
Talk
guess
about
what
it.
you create?
You create an awesome
You create
child.
a awesome environment.
Yes.
But when you're not allowed to be a man and a woman is allowed to be the man, the woman,
Yep,
this
and
and that,
everything else.
that is disrespectful to me.
It is.
That's not saying that it's not okay for a woman to be strong,
Right.
but it's not okay for a woman to say, don't be a father or don't be a man.
It's a
Yeah.
lot of this
You see what I'm saying?
feminism stuff. So, like, with all these feminist movements and this and that, these, like you were just saying, Keys, the black women buying into that
They
shit.
buying into that. They
And
pushing that
put
shit.
The white women is the one started that feminist
Yep.
shit.
Yeah.
And then, but they not telling the black women, yeah, we this and that, woman empowerment, blah, 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 fuck your man. You going home. They obeying they motherfucking man. Not, I don't want to say obey. Let me take that back. They being a woman they supposed to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
But guess what?
That's a very controversial statement that you just made in today's society.
Yeah.
Because a person would say, well, what is my role? Why do I have to have a role? Why you want to put
Right,
me in?
and that's
And
exactly what they say. But
everything
see,
is
what people don't understand is you supposed to have roles.
you supposed to
Men
have a role.
and women. That's how you
Oh,
supposed
let me hit you with this
build
here.
a family.
We gonna say this, right? Most people claim to be spiritual. Most people either say they follow the Bible, the Holy Quran, or the Torah. Is rules in there. Is a guide in there to raise a family.
Yep.
It is.
Correct.
They don't go by it.
So if we was to go by that, we would never have this
They
argument.
pick and choose.
Yeah, people
You know what I
pick
mean?
and
So
choose.
People
if you,
pick and choose.
they pick and choose
Yeah.
because in the book, what do it say?
Hello.
What do it say? Be fruitful and multiply.
Yep.
And it definitely don't speak about homosexuality either.
Oh,
Let's just
when it
start
did,
there.
guess what happened?
Right.
God
Sodom and
destroyed.
Gomorrah.
Burned it
It was
down.
destroyed.
Yeah, but it's like you said, people pick and choose
Yeah,
because
they
when you
pick and
even
choose.
speak on that part, then it's no, it wasn't that.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Because
is.
there is a whole, I don't know if you guys have seen it over this Easter weekend. Dwayne Wade's son
Yeah.
they posted pictures of him
Kissing that damn
kissing
a thing.
it's really weird because he is a boy who wants to identify as a girl, and he was kissing a girl
That
who
is
wants to
identifying
identify
as a
as a boy. But the problem I had with it, right? If you remove
That
the
is
sexuality
creating
from
a
it,
hell of a
right? Because at the end of the day, they're heterosexual because you're a boy and you're a girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
But
this
both
is
of y'all,
the issue
that's
I had
mental.
with it because the people want to all say
Yeah.
it's homophobic. Everything that people are having to say about it.
That's
this is my
only
issue.
because
You're 14,
You're
and there's a
14 years
respect.
old.
I could not be at the
It's
Easter
on-
family gathering with my
Tongue
mama,
kissing,
auntie,
yes.
grandma, whoever is there, kissing anybody, whether it's a girl, boy, transgender,
pissed me off.
unicorn,
Absolutely.
whatever. You can't do that.
You can't because like you were saying, I looked at it like that too. Besides, let's just take the whole gay weird shit out.
Out.
If it was a regular black girl kissing a regular black boy, it would be a fucking problem.
Yes, that's
At
not
14.
okay.
At 14
I feel
years
like
old.
I feel like at this point they probably just got something to prove. That family,
Yeah.
like, the
Well,
way
Dwayne
they-
Wade is gay himself, and he's living through his fucking
Yeah,
son.
that's-
Let's just go there.
So,
He's living through his son.
All the time.
so look, before we get into our main topic, which is family affairs, I want to just, have y'all plug in y'all information where people can get at y'all. So if you have, if anybody out there that's been watching this show that, want their kids to get some discipline, they had that structure and stuff like that or whatever, how can people get at you,
How
Coach
can I get
Khalil?
outside?
Yeah,
Get outside.
before y'all do that, I do want to get it just quick. We touch on it real quick. I want to get y'all take on the fight Saturday. What y'all think?
Oh man, yeah, you can go first. Go ahead. And then I go.
He won't do nothing with Bud
He
Crawford.
won't do nothing with
Nobody.
That's
is.
how I feel.
No, nobody.
So,
is.
okay. So
I'm gonna say this here, and
Go
I'm gonna
ahead.
let you go.
I bet.
Ugas fought the wrong fight to me. You gonna try to catch and slip shots? That's how your ribs got broke, your orbital bone got broke, and your jaw got broke because you didn't box. You don't fight a fighter going straight ahead like that.
Nah.
So what you supposed to do was turn and stay your distance. How you gonna sit in there and that motherfucker beat you up like you a 100-pound heavy bag?
He probably thought that he can take those shots, and that's the problem. Like,
Man,
he was just flat-footed, just literally just doing this the
He
whole
wasn't
time.
throwing no
He wasn't
punches.
throwing no. But the crazy part is every time he threw. See, this is why I don't like. See, Spence is an offensive fighter. He's a great fighter, right? But he's only an offensive fighter. He has no defense. Have you? So that fight, that fight alone, did you see him slip one punch?
No,
all he do was
So
catch.
you guys, every punch that you guys threw,
He hit him.
He ate it. Yeah.
so if you guys would have thrown more, even just a little bit more,
That's what I said.
he probably would have won the fight, or it probably would have
Wow.
went the distance. He probably would have still lost, but it would have been a way better fight. It was a great fight, but it would have been a better fight. But
He ain't
the
doing
thing is, when it comes down to Spence and Bud, man, come on, man.
I don't think he's doing it to
Spence
Bud
don't have
either.
no defense. Crawford is an animal.
Yeah.
He mean.
Beast.
Yeah.
He
You know what I'm saying?
mean. He
And-
gonna shake, rattle, and roll.
Yeah,
him.
like now if Spence have defense, any fighter that's just an offensive fighter like Jared Hurd or Adrian, no, I don't want to say Adrian Brown. Adrian Brown got a little defense, but like any fighter that's just an offensive fighter, over time
It's
from
gonna
all the
catch up
head
with him.
punch, like
Yeah.
over time you're not going to be
It's
what you
sharp.
think you are. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
you know, but Spence gonna have a. It's gonna be a war in there if he think.
Yeah, I don't think.
I don't think he should take that fight with Crawford. I think Crawford is going to destroy him.
I believe
Yeah.
you.
I think
so
me
too.
too. He don't do him real
Yeah.
He's
nasty.
gonna do him bad. He's gonna do him bad. He's gonna do him bad
Especially
because
after all that
Crawford.
shit he was talking at the fight.
Yeah,
Saturday.
Crawford. And
We
yeah,
was
that-
there.
that
We
was-
watched
that was-
everything he said.
Yeah.
But that's my first time seeing Spence call out Crawford.
That's what I said.
I never really seen him, but now
Yeah.
I guess now he got the
He getting the pressure.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
pressure.
No, that's
now
what it
he
is.
might have to fight
Yeah.
Crawford. So now he like, okay,
Yep.
nah, Crawford.
He trying to get ahead
damn,
of
I
the
ain't
game.
never seen him really mention
Quote,
Crawford
unquote.
at all.
Yeah.
He gonna get bust up.
He gonna
Yeah,
get bust
he
up
is.
real bad.
He is.
All right, so y'all can go ahead and get that information right. 'Cause I just want to
Yeah.
hear
Well,
y'all
my
take on it.
Facebook page is my name, Khalil Harvey Sr. And then I use my son Instagram page, Little KK Born With Her, and LIL_KKL. Everything _ Little KK Born Winner. So that's how I could be reached if you want to do anything as far as getting your kids trained, and we could set up a location or a time and date and go from there.
I'm definitely gonna try to put my son
right.
in some boxing.
And what about
Be
you,
serious
T?
though,
I
because
am.
and then guess what? Don't come in the gym.
And
He's such a crybaby.
And you
I
can reach
can't.
me on Facebook. My Facebook name is my name, so it's Jafar, Jafar, Muhammad, Mohammad. And you can follow me on Instagram at Jafar the Prince, JafarTheprince.
The Prince.
Make sure y'all check
So
them
y'all
out.
make sure y'all
Yeah.
get y'all kids involved, because this
Yeah.
they will get the right training,
get
the
the right
proper
training,
training,
right
and get the structure that they need to actually, you know what I'm saying, be a better kid, at home for you too. You know what I'm saying? So it's just not
that
that. So
discipline.
We not only coaches,
Yeah.
we mentors.
Yeah.
So that's
That's
the
what a
big
lot of
thing.
kids
We
need.
Shout out to
mentor.
the black
Yep.
men that are mentors
That's what a lot
for
of
these.
kids.
And that's the difference. It's like it's not
Kids.
just like we coaches, we mentors.
Yes.
We tell them the do's and the don'ts. Like, can't no kid talk to me without saying, yes, coach, no, coach, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. I teach that off rip. It ain't no, yeah, no, it's yes. No.
I do got one
Yeah.
quick question. I know
Yeah.
we got to move on,
Oh,
but
no,
is there
you
a
good.
certain age where it's too late to get them? Like, say if somebody brought in a 17-year-old, would that be
No,
considered
it's-
too late?
It's never too late because even if they don't compete,
Okay.
they can still learn the
They can still learn
technique
the
and
technique.
learn the discipline.
The fundamentals, the
Yeah,
discipline.
discipline of just learning how to box. You know,
diet alone will make you mad.
Boxing training is like one of the best
Said the diet alone to make
conditioning training out there. Like, you know, and then so even if they don't want, so even if they come in just to learn to box, they don't have to fight.
Okay.
You know, they don't have to actually fight like me or like KK, like Lil KK.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we about to hop into the main topic. Y'all sticking around for that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So our main topic today is entitled Family Affairs. So what it's about, what we're going to touch on, do you, if you're have a significant other or you're in a relationship, do you feel it's a necessity for you to be involved with your in-laws? Meaning, if you have any issues with any of the in-laws, do you feel it's a need for you to be in the picture and still show respect to these people? Or do you feel that's not the case?
Okay, I go first.
Hey, look, you over there like,
I've been in this situation too many fucking times. I don't know what the hell my issue is or what other people's issue is, but I have definitely got into it with mamas. And it don't be me. It be the mamas feeling like this my boy and you taking my son away from me and he's spending time more with you and you bitch. And I've dealt with that. Me personally, I'm not going to tolerate disrespect from anybody. I don't even tolerate it from my own mother. If you cannot respect me, then I'm going to show you the same respect that you show me. If it's 0, then it's going to be 0 for me. However, I do believe that you should be cordial, but I'm not about to kiss your ass. So if it's a situation where I feel like an in-law or a wretched ass sister or a messy ass mama is being disrespectful to me, you know, I'll try my best to be cordial, but I'll pop off too.
So
I will.
So you out here knocking mamas out?
Don't put your hands on me though, because because here's the thing, and it's not that I'm disrespectful. You know, I don't have the best relationship with my mom, but I got this thing. My mama don't talk to me like that. My mama knows you come at me, you better come fucking correct. So if I don't let my mother talk to me like that, what the fuck make you think you're gonna be able to talk to me like that?
But
it's
what
not
is
happening.
What is giving them the that energy to talk to you? You know, that way?
I don't know. I feel like old women have issues with me. I've always clashed with old women. You know what I'm saying? Maybe because I'm blunt. I don't know.
I think I have this conversation often. I have some friends
move your mic up
who are single mothers, right? And I think, it's just my opinion, when you are a single mother raising children, whether it be girls, boys, by yourself, you have this sort of weird connection with your kid. Like, I have a husband, right? So I'm with my sons and I'm their mother, and I'm a woman with my man. I'm not a woman with my son.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
I don't look at my son and be like,
that's my man.
I have friends who be like, on Valentine's Day, I took my son out. And
I don't.
you understand? Like, it's boundaries, right?
Yeah.
So there is a sort of cattiness when they bring a woman in.
Yes,
it is a sort of jealousy that another woman will feel. It's like, I don't like her.
Yep.
What does she want with you? And especially if she's pretty.
Yep.
These women lose themselves.
Yep.
They be in love with the baby daddy. The baby daddy done left. Girl, he gone. Your son is 28. His daddy been gone since he was 3.
I agree with what you're saying. Some women do be like that. So, but let me ask you this. So, in your case, Keys, you got some boys. So they got a woman coming to ball.
I'm the same way.
That's what I was just about to say. So now you about to be the mama who you gets into it with.
Listen, I tried.
And that's why you're having issues with mom.
Exactly. I try not to go there. Like, okay, so I'll give you an example.
You answered your own question. You know how crazy that is?
I did.
You just gave us a full speech with emotion. And you the exact same one.
With all the moms.
You just
Okay, but
gave,
here's my
listen,
thing.
hear it out.
Okay.
Now you just said what you said. If you know you that same person, why don't you draw a line?
Cause
Outside of being cordial,
Okay.
being open.
Okay, so I know I do feel like I draw a line because especially the oldest, he's brought plenty of bitches to the house. I don't chastise them like I have been chastised. Like, I'm nice, I'm cordial, but if I find out you did some shit that I ain't like, then I might be dry next time. But I'm not going to go so far as interfering. Like, my son has called me, his girlfriend spit on him. Okay, and that's the disrespectful shit right there.
Yeah,
but
I can't.
I ended up finding out. Because as mad as I was, like, this bitch spit on you, but I also found out that he did some shit too. I stayed out of it. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I kind of corrected myself. I want to go there, but I backed up off of it.
So in this topic, family affairs, so in an instance like that or whatever, my question would be, where would a person say take both of those sides, say what your son did, what the girl did, and sit them both down to explain to them this shit is not normal, it's not okay, and find out really what the root cause of it is and shit, and make sure that shit don't happen again, regardless if they be together, you know what I'm saying, for the long haul or not. You know what I'm saying?
It was actually my son, and it's not validating her spitting on him, because spitting on someone is a very disrespectful thing.
No, I had a motherfucker run from my ass and shit for like a year and a half on some crazy shit.
Yeah. But at the same time, I did. I set my son down. And I told him, like, if you're gonna cheat and you gonna do all this, leave her alone. Do your thing, and you young. You can be able to fuck whatever how many bitches you want. Right. But don't try to fuck 10 bitches and still try to hold on to her. Let her go.
And that's real respectable as a mother, because women, we kind of sometimes fight with a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Like, you say you want your man to be a certain type of way, but when your son do it, it's okay.
It's okay. Yeah.
That's my boy, that's my baby, and men gonna be men when your son doing it to somebody else.
Men the same way with their daughters, because we probably I'm sure every man in this room know how he was when you was younger before you got married with women and this and that. But you got a daughter, you don't want none of that going on. So I guess
but you got to create an environment that she carry herself respect.
I mean, no, you're right though. You create that environment.
So if you create an environment that's being respectful towards the mother as well as her, she gonna hold a standard within herself that's going to make that man respect her as well.
I mean, you're right. That's right.
And unfortunately, in these homes, women are usually more aggressive with their sons than the man is with his son, right? That's the unfortunate part. So when these guys,
one more time, hear that.
Unfortunately, in these homes, now you got a few, right? You got some men who are really active in raising their son. They got to say so and all this, but most of the time,
I couldn't agree with you.
Yeah, not all of them, because my husband is like that.
I'm 7 deep, so
so not all of them. The shoe don't fit everywhere,
but most of the time,
most of the time, statistically, you have these women raising these children, and even if you do have a father who's around, the mother is the more dominant personality.
Yeah, it's the ask your mama.
Yeah, she'll cut you off. Like, hold on, wait a minute. You can discipline them, but you better not whoop them. You can do this. And, like, she's telling the father how to father the child.
That's the balance I'm talking about.
It's not there. It's not there.
Because then you have to understand, like, women shouldn't be as aggressive as a man.
Absolutely.
See, y'all should be more so nurturing, and then as far as the protection and aggression and stuff like that. So it is a balance between women being women and then men being
But let's
men,
be real. Why are women so aggressive? Because if we're gonna talk about the problem, get to the source of it. Because one of the reasons why women are so aggressive, one of the reasons that women are so aggressive, because a lot of women are forced to raise children on their own. They're forced to be the mama. They're forced to be the dad. They're forced to hold the house down. Let's talk about that too.
I would say this. I think one of the main reasons why women are so aggressive is because they might not have that male figure in their life to show them on how a true man really is. You know what I'm saying? And how they supposed to be.
So if they didn't have the male figure, why was it? Because what ultimately happened? The woman was in the house raising children by herself.
That's possibly.
Sometimes it be the mother fault. I know a lot of women that runs off good meat.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? So if you've been ran off or you've been
you better cut it out. Let the church say amen. Let the church say amen.
When you are being look, people don't understand that it's a real wicked design within the communities through hierarchy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So by things being designed to divide and conquer the black families, a lot of time the black woman nor the black man see it.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
by us not seeing it, it's subliminally being raised throughout our culture. So by it being done like that, guess what it does? It create a resentment
Yes.
within the household.
Mm-hmm.
It
That
create a
automatic
resentment
division.
And
within
it's a
inside of a
cognitive.
woman.
You have to
So
relax.
when a woman has that fuck you mentality,
Yep.
guess what you would never have? A
man.
relationship with a man
Yep.
that's a man.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree to
You see
that.
what I'm saying?
I agree.
Like, I can sit in my house. My wife will tell you, I never hit my wife or called her a bitch.
Praise to you.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But my daughter and my wife will tell you this here. My daddy might not do that to us, but he will. A man ain't got a chance with it.
Period.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if it's been divided from a mental and spiritual standpoint or division for so long, how can you get balance
Yeah.
and understand when you have a root up under your foot or up under your soul that can blossom you?
There you go.
Because you can't. Know why? Because you done been soiled
Yes.
Yes. Look,
Yeah.
with burnt roots
Yeah.
that won't allow you to
I
see what you
told
got.
a woman.
Yeah.
I told a
shit.
woman, right? We were
100.
just having a conversation, just kicking it. And I told her, I said something about being my husband's piece. She went nuts. I mean, it turned from a regular old casual conversation. She was like, so what do that mean? You just do whatever he tell you. You just bow down to him. She just went nuts. I said, I don't do that.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
A lot of
It's
women
like-
don't even understand what peace
Yeah.
is.
Don't do
They-
that.
listen, what they
Yeah.
do is they think like how you just said what they think. That's
Yeah.
not what a man want from peace. He not asking you to bow down and do everything I
He
say.
just want
He
respect.
want
But
respect.
that's
That's
what I
it.
have a problem
That's
with.
it.
I have a problem with when we get the finger pointing.
Yeah.
I have a problem with that because men are just as irresponsible and responsible for the dynamic of the broken black culture as women.
Yeah, nobody-
and I hate when I
yeah,
start hearing,
but-
well, women don't do this.
but
And
no, but
it's a
listen,
root to
but
everything.
it-
What caused women not to
But
do that?
everybody
you
don't
can't-
do that.
yeah, but
it's
see-
just the fact of. I'm gonna give you an example.
What's the
Say if we was
solutions?
all out. I don't know you. You don't know me. And we all sitting down. We having a conversation. I just speak. I'm not trying to get to know you.
Right.
I'm just speaking. Would you respond cordially or would you respond with attitude?
No, I'm going to respond cordially, but I'm also aware of women
That
been
women
known
do
to have
that.
an attitude.
Yeah.
So
You see what I'm
I
saying?
walk my way to not have that
So
attitude.
we
and
all
control
out.
that.
We all out. We do it every morning when we go work out. We walk in. We're not about to interrupt your workout. We just speaking because
just
it's
speaking.
top of the morning.
Right.
Good morning. How you
And she
doing?
got
We keep
attitude.
moving. But they might not respond, or they might have attitude.
But can I speak on that though? Because I
listening.
am a black woman. A lot of times, and I'm going to speak for black women. A lot of times, black women get harassed by dudes. When they try to be nice, it's bitch, fuck you. Can I get your number? I've had a man spit at me because I didn't want to give him
That's
my
a
number.
that's the
that
individual.
goes
Now,
back
wait,
to what I
wait,
said in the
individual.
beginning.
We're gonna
Yeah,
talk
but that's
about
the
some of
individual.
problem.
Listen,
Yeah.
but that's not. But listen,
no.
you can't say that's a root of the problem.
It is, 'cause I'm a black woman.
Yeah, but men can say it's reason why we act the way we act
Yeah.
because of
But
women.
okay, but we're
here's
talking
the
about
issue
one thing:
though.
attitude ass woman.
No, but
a lot
listen,
of
we
times
talking
women
in a
have
whole.
attitude, but no, I'm
Listen.
telling you, I'm a black woman.
But what
a
I'm
lot
trying
of
to
times
explain to
women
your
have
kids,
attitude.
listen though. A lot of times women have attitudes. You could take that attitude and fuck up a whole relationship
You can.
with a man that wasn't even on this shit.
Okay.
You was mad at the past nigga for.
There is
So-
a book I read. It's called How to Make a Slave, okay? And in this book, they outline how to make a slave. And one of the ways that they made the slave, right? The Jim Crow law said something to the effect of the man don't make your slave, the woman does. Right? So, if you want to have your whole generations turn out a certain type of way, it's not the man that you talk to, it is the woman. So once you break her, once you mold her, break the men in front of her, make her feel a certain type of way, she's going to raise her daughters to be mentally strong and physically weak, submissive. Do what he say, respond a certain type of way, but work. be hard workers, this type of thing. They're going to raise their sons to be physically strong and mentally weak.
And they just outlawing. You know, they just outlawing the Jim Crow.
This is what they have the woman do, right? So this is what's happening in the household. So when you say a root, to me, this is what a root is.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to go and break this. And so a person has to be not combative. You got to be willing to know and learn first that this is the issue.
You got to be able to accept, because you have to, the root is not, it may be a man or a woman at the time that caused it, but that's not the root. The root is based off what you said. It's been perpetuated and pushed on black couples, black people in society as a whole, for you to dislike this woman and dislike this man. So you don't, so we both initially, it's like going around in a circle, because now I'm about to blame you, so now I'm about to treat this woman this way. Now you about to blame me for treating you that way. You about to treat the next man that way, and continue the cycle.
There you go. Somebody got to stop and be accountable.
Exactly.
Well,
The dialogue or the development of destroying the black family and the culture and the structure started in the 50s and the 60s.
Right.
Because you got to remember, our grandmothers and grandfathers after slavery was married up until the mid 70s and 80s.
Right. Yeah.
And then we had a spell of the black families being destroyed through the crack era. We're going to say the era, then the crack era. Now it's coming back around where the black families is trying to rebuild and develop.
And you got the pills coming.
Now you have another drug coming into play. Not only do you have another drug coming into play, you have a society that's accepting something that God has shunned upon, which is homosexuality.
That's what I think it is. That, like, outside of any drug, outside of any of that stuff, I think it is that alone with these whole gender roles,
and
because
so many black women
I'll
support
just say
that.
this. It's that, and it's just like what y'all was speaking about before. It's like the free for all. Like, hey, everybody can do everything, and it's like no. Somewhere down the line,
it's a union supposed to be there.
Fucking standards. You know what I'm saying?
We gonna go 50-50 on the bill.
Some kind of rules, some kind of standards, some kind of, you know what I'm saying? Ideal of what, you know what I'm saying? A positive society is supposed to look like.
Because how is your house functioning? Like, I had a friend I was talking to, and they go, her and her dude, she like, we split everything. And I'm like, who even is thinking about, like, you're gonna get a bill in the mail and you're gonna open it and you be like, oh, you got your 50 on this 100. Like, this is what y'all do. Y'all splitting everything.
No.
How y'all working? Who taking out the trash? Who washing the clothes?
Social media stuff.
Who raising the kids?
Believe it or not, that is a relationship, but that's a transactional relationship. You got to understand and shit. What kind of relationships are you really? You know what I'm saying? Are people really looking for?
I think that's a cop. I think it's laziness.
That's what I'm saying. Because if you are in a long-term relationship, you're not going to think like that. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be sitting up there being tit for tat for every fucking thing and shit.
I think it comes from laziness. Like if you have
if I got it. You know what I'm saying?
If you have a man in this new generation where these guys, like, it's an old way that these guys get out here, work, hustle, do whatever they got to do to take care of their woman, their families, right? That's an old thing, right? It's the last of a dying breed. These guys don't want to work that hard. They don't want to do all that. So instead of them, instead of them taking on the household,
it's going back to what it was in the 70s and the 80s, where we don't even want to really talk about it. And it was the pimping. You got to realize back then, that was the easiest way to get money.
There you go.
Put your bitch on the straw.
But you know what?
Bring daddy back that home that money.
But that was another device, or I would say that was another.
Right, but I'm saying
plan.
That's how the separation is created to where it is. You got to realize we got a root and a cause for everything that is causing what she's saying, or why the attitude is the way it is, or why they so aggressive. Hold up, baby girl. I wasn't speaking just to be this way. I was just saying hello. And I'm keeping it pushing because guess what? That attitude right there might soil my day.
So at the end of the day, all it is it's a battle between, say, women being in their total femininity and men being in their true masculinity.
There
That's
you
all
go.
it is.
Right.
There you
So,
go.
and because we live in a binary system, you know what I'm saying, where
There
you
you
have to
go.
have that balance. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times the stuff what's going on right now is you got a lot of women and stuff, you know what I'm saying, that's being a little bit more, like you said, aggressive and being, say, more masculine when they shouldn't be.
They trade
And then you got a
roles.
lot of men
Yeah.
that's being, you know what I'm saying, a lot of feminine ways. So it's like it's very convoluted. You know
I
what
mean,
I'm
for
saying?
God's sakes, they can't even play with toys no more.
Yeah.
Like, you have girl toys,
Yeah.
boy toys, and then you have non-binary
Yeah.
toys.
Yeah.
Like,
Ultimately, it's an agenda that's being
Yeah.
pushed.
Yeah.
It is.
And
The
It's
agenda been
destroying.
pushed for so long that
and we have
if we don't wake up,
and we,
Yeah.
this
it's,
We
by
will
the
be
time we
destroyed.
wake up,
Yeah,
it's
it's
too
gonna
late.
be
'Cause
destroyed.
well,
right
I got
now,
a
look
question
at
for
it.
y'all.
The
What do y'all
homosexuality.
think is the way to shift the culture? Because right now, you live in a culture where if you say something against this,
The
like,
bitch mob come behind you.
they come get you.
And you get
Like,
blackballed.
this whole Dwayne Wade situation, right? The people had an issue with the little person, because I don't know if boy or girl, whatever, kissing another person. Like, they thought it was inappropriate. The world came after them and slaughtered them.
Yep,
Like,
yep.
you are going against, you're homophobic. Like,
Yeah.
you just
Anything
get
is
attacked.
Unfortunately,
Stand on your shit 100%.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, stand on your
You
shit.
know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
that's how society looking
Yeah.
at stuff. What you got to do, us as a people, we got to get grounded and
Yep.
teach our own and have them
That
pass
is
it
not
on
right.
to to the next generation.
I teach my daughter that it's not right.
We gotta wrap it up, y'all. That we at our time point.
Man, it went by fast.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is such a
It
good
did.
show. Great show.
We had
Great show.
another great show.
So we
Yes.
want to go ahead and shout out Coach K.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you for coming, guys. Really
Jafar the
appreciate
Prince
it. Great
Team,
topic.
Jafar Fitness up in the building for coming
Yes.
through. Make sure y'all holler at them, you know what I'm saying? Get y'all kids, you know what I'm saying, whipped into shape, you know what I'm saying, and get that discipline and whatever, you know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all hit them up on their socials and contact them any way it's possible, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, that'll conclude this week episode of Straight Shooting. So next week,
Well, before you jump in there, we want to
okay, my
thank
bad.
everybody who was watching us on whatever platform you was checking us out on. All the people that messaged during the show.
Yep, everybody on YouTube.
Make sure y'all continue to
Facebook.
like, share, and
Also,
subscribe.
Thanks,
Yep.
Meek, for coming in again.
Yep,
being
thanks, Meek.
co-host.
No
Yeah.
problem. Fun as always.
thanks
And,
Berlin Street
Period.
Grill.
and next week we got who coming on, Q?
Next week we have Brandy J from BK. What you want to part? BK Tour Styles Fashion.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So Brandy J to be next week. So check us out.
So thank y'all again. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all for checking out the number one
Peace.
We are
podcast in the city.
out. Peace.
All right, y'all.
Out.
All right. Peace.
Straight shoot. Straight shoot. Straight shoot. Straight shoot. We politicking and conversating. We don't miss, we straight shooting. Load it up, keep the aim right, no sideways, we straight shooting. Podcast for the upper class, this dialogue's for